What does partnering with brands actually mean? Define it.
Yeah. So start by thinking about things from the brand's perspective. So let's say you own some beauty company and you want to sell your products on Amazon. How do you best go about doing that? So there's a lot of things. So that's optimizing your content. So that's the best possible images, infographics, videos possible. It's making your products discoverable. When people are searching for products, you want your product at the top of the search. So people end up buying your product more than other products. You want to basically utilize every possible opportunity to put your products out on Amazon in the best possible light. Another big one is price. That's a huge topic for brands. So let's say you have a luxury beauty brand and the retail price is $79 for your lipstick. And Ulta Beauty and Sephora, they retail the product at $79, just like that, like stable price. And then someone comes on Amazon and then starts pricing it at $65 or $60 or $55. What that does to the brand, it completely destroys like the image of the brand, especially as a luxury brand. So pricing control is another huge thing that brands want. They want consistent pricing across their brick and mortar channels versus their online channels, the most consistent customer experience possible. So that's not like having, terrible blurry images and unauthorized brand content or advertising copy and descriptions that don't match like the tone of the brand. So there's just so much to control and to optimize as a brand. So given all of those things, a brand partner would be not only a reseller, but someone to help deal with all that stuff. So it's actually optimizing those listings, making sure that price policies are being adhered to. It's making sure everything is SEO optimized with the title, bullet points, descriptions. It's even running advertising for them. So trying to gain market share through pay-per-click advertising, being aware of the competitors, defending against competitors, trying to attack competitors. There's just a lot of stuff additional that goes into optimizing Amazon beyond the dollars and cents, beyond the buying and reselling. And some companies have figured that out much earlier on, like the Patterns and Spreetails of the world that are now multi-billion-dollar companies because they were the ones who figured out, hey, let's put ourselves in the brand shoes and let's do what the brand wants and approach it from the perspective of a brand partnership. And that's the key difference. And I think a lot of people entering wholesale are like, how can I get a wholesale account with this brand and how do I get the lowest price and how do I flip products? So it's like it's going from like a flip products mentality, buy for 5, sell for 10, make a quick buck, F the brand, what they want, who cares about them. It's going from that mindset to like, how do we actually help this brand grow sales? And how do we, like, the reward is like, we either get the exclusive right to sell the products or we're on a short list of selling their products. And yes, that leads to a huge amount of profit. But to get that profit, you kind of have to earn it these days because brands are a lot more sophisticated about Amazon. They understand the opportunity. They understand the pitfalls. 5-10 years ago, it was all new-ish to a lot of brands, but these days it's pretty sophisticated. You have to do more than just buy and resell. So,
wow. Yeah. I'm guessing obviously everything you just talked about is part of the conversation you have when you talk to brands.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a lot of beginner wholesale people are curious about it. They'll make a few contacts to brands and they'll say, no more Amazon sellers, no more Amazon sellers. And yeah, it's tough. It's, the sales part of the job is tough and can be a bottleneck, getting those accounts. Identifying brands to contact, very easy. You can get a list of 1,000 brands that are pretty decent targets right away. That's not a bottleneck. It's going from the cold call or the email, from the no more Amazon sellers to, okay, we'll partner with you. Yeah. And all the magic is in a lot of the talking points we just talked about. It's like pointing some sort of deficiency out with the brand. Like, hey, I noticed there's 3 duplicate listings for the same product. Like, you don't want that, obviously. Like, that's confusing. And they all have different images and different packaging. So it's like kind of just identifying something that's wrong with their presence on Amazon. Hey, what if we could fix that? Like, we have experience creating cases with Amazon. We can merge these together. If we do that, like, would you allow us the privilege of reselling your product or something like that? So it's just trying to find some sort of angle to get in there. And the brand might be struggling with advertising. You focus on that. Or they might be struggling with good quality images and infographics or video. You might focus on the design element. Or their descriptions might suck and they're not ranking well for a lot of relevant keywords. You might help them with more of the SEO and advertising copy. So it's kind of on you to like get a landscape of the brand, see what their pain points are, talk about the pain points with a sales rep or maybe even the owner of the company and be like, all right, we have a plan to tackle this stuff. Would you allow us to partner with you and purchase and resell your products wholesale if we help you with some of this stuff? And those are some of the conversations that happen to get the best brands. Some brands, you just fill out a form, they send you a price list and you buy it. And believe it or not, a lot of those accounts actually work and are profitable. But like anything in life, like the real pinnacle, like the most valuable accounts are the ones you have to work for a little bit.